We've been covering a lot of home makeover and redecorating shows on the channel recently, like Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
We're blowing up this house!
And Decorating Sense.
I'm feeling a little guilty about painting on a wooden floor, but don't tell my mom.
And, well, that's about it. But today I want to continue that trend with a show I've been getting requests to do for years now. Monster House. Monster House was a home makeover show from the early 2000s on the Discovery Channel, where they'd go around to different homes and, depending on what the homeowner's special interests and lifestyles were, they would design accordingly. But the twist with this show was they were usually very unorthodox themes, like race cars, medieval castles, and even a mad scientist house. It really sounds like a little boy from Extreme Makeover telling them what they want their bedroom to look like and then just expanding that concept to the rest of the home. But that's not what makes this show so wild. Basically, every episode, our host Steve recruits 5 builders who often have never met each other, with different areas of expertise to help make all of this happen. These builders, one, cannot work together to save their lives, but also cannot seem to work on the house competently either.
Cut me some steel!
And with the 5-day build time they're given, it's a recipe for chaos. But there is plenty more to it than that, so let's just take a look at Monster House.
It's alive!
This week, the monster goes mad. Scientist, that is.
It's the mad scientist house!
Let me just put this out there right away. They, like many shows of this time, edit the hell out of it. It's probably one of the worst offenders of the early 2000s wacky camera angle sound effect transition overload era. And I will also say I did not have the stamina to watch this all in one sitting. This show is a marathon, not a race. As we meet the homeowner, we find out that he really has no say in what's happening here. They really are just taking the Extreme Makeover Home Edition route for the kids' bedrooms and doing what I said earlier, just making that the entire house. Now, as we're meeting the builders, let me introduce you to the worst facial hair I have ever seen in my entire life.
Ian Roussel, metal fabricator.
It looks like someone used a headgear for someone's braces as a stencil for that. I think if too strong a gust of wind hit his face, it's over.
It's a monster house, it's a monster house, it's a monster house, and we all just love it, it's a monster house.
I don't think I've ever seen a show where the intro song is so unfitting compared to the rest of the show. I don't know whose idea it was to go with this children's animation and a Charlie Harper-ass jingle.
Meet Jonathan Riley, mild-mannered scientist by day, hardy animal by night.
I work as a biochemist and engineer. My roommates?
We're the roommates.
Absolute textbook polycule we have stumbled upon today. Now, obviously the homeowners will not be here for the remodel, but while most shows might send them on a trip or put them up in a hotel, Monster House has a different idea.
But can Jonathan and his roommates keep the party going in the coachman for 5 days while Steve experiments with their house?
Yay!
Yep, it's just an RV parked out front that these 3 people will have to share for 5 days. Not even getting the usual benefit of an RV, which is you can travel and take it anywhere. It's just their street.
To breathe life into this monster,
Fucking tired of this shit.
You know, it'd be great. We have to do a bar. We have to build this guy just as a bitchin' bar in here. And this is the perfect place to put a bar. You mentioned a laboratory. That's awesome.
So I think the host, Steve, is just an actor they brought in, as most of these shows do. But other than that, I don't know if he has any experience with home building. While the designers they're bringing in right now, not the builders, the designers, they seem to actually know what they're talking about.
to simulate the inside of a mad scientist's brain, they'll install ribs and cover them with fabric and fiber optic cable.
So what's going on in this guy's mind, though?
The TV cabinets will be converted into a crazed control center, and the existing fireplace will be clad in matching metal. And for our scientist to sit, an electric chair rigged with remote controls.
I really don't think it's fair that these guys have a seemingly unlimited budget, but poor Joan was stuck with that measly $500, because I'd really, really love to see what her sick, twisted mind would cook up with this much money. But I do think that the Discovery Channel at this time had a bit more money than HGTV did in the 90s when they were just starting out. You know guys, all this talk about money right now has got me thinking. I know, shocker. Thinking about a better way to do banking, and that's where the sponsor of today's video, Current, comes in. Current is a modern banking app that helps give you more, especially when it comes to your paycheck. For example, their Paycheck Advance, where once you qualify, you can access up to $750 when you need it. Also, I'm gonna level with you guys, I am not sure if I've spent more in my life on takeout delivery fees or overdraft fees. It's definitely the overdraft fees, but with Current, you can overdraft up to $200 with no fees. But that's not all Current does. They also offer their Build Card, a secured Visa card that helps you build credit without having to pile on debt, and people have been using it to help raise their credit up to an average of 80 points in just 6 months. That's the average time in between my uploads. And if you're just trying to save money, you can get a 4% bonus on your savings as well. If anything does go wrong, they've also got 24/7 live support, plus a network of over 40,000 fee-free ATMs to choose from. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, sign up at current.com/Chris50 and use my promo code Chris50 to get $50 and unlock tools like Paycheck Advance, credit building, and more. Terms and conditions apply. See current.com/legal_disclaimers for more details. I want to thank Current for sponsoring, and now back to the video.
It's Monday.
And this week's build team comes straight from the asylum.
Now, as we're getting introduced to the builders, one of them sticks out to me through this episode, and that is their electrician. They really stretch him to his limits with the amount of work he's capable of, and I'm pretty sure his field outside of the show is just working with lighting.
I don't normally do a lot of house wiring. The majority of my job is turning on lights and making them pretty colors.
Ian Roussel, metal fabricator. Steve Tombstone Sturl, horror effects specialist. Melinda Batchelor, prop maker. Eric Cantrell, lighting designer. Jeffrey Luther, general contractor.
They really hype up the rest of the builders just for this guy to be, and he's the general contractor, whatever.
Good morning. How are you? Excellent. I need these keys. Thank you very much. Enjoy the RV, and we're getting to work.
Excellent.
You guys want to back up, give me a little room?
Come on, guys, I just gave you the key.
Metal Madman Ian gets right to work building the Toxic Bar. Tombstone has volunteered to be Ian's assistant.
Well, I'm gonna get the cuts going for Ian right now and keep him so he can just doesn't have to stop. I'd rather just keep him welding. I told him, I said, I got a touch of ADD, so if you see me wander off a little bit, just tap me on the shoulder, let's get back to work.
Well, I can't imagine that going poorly at all.
General contractor Jeff starts his day off by putting himself in charge.
Here's what we're doing. So why don't you draw up a 6-foot wide fan zone. Where's the switch for that? I don't think you can use that cold saw stand. Let's get rid of this soon. We need the countertop for the front and the back of the bar cut and bent.
I was 100% sure he was reaching for shaft.
Monster decorator Jerry Schwartz checks herself into the ward. Jerry can't resist examining the patients.
Hey, Ian. What are you doing?
We're digging the stainless steel table.
Ooh, for our bar?
Yes.
Are these yours?
Yes.
Hi, Vera.
Yes.
Are you married?
No.
Can I flirt with you?
Yes.
Do you remember my name? Jerry. Don't forget it.
I try not to often throw this around, but Jerry is textbook pick-me. Holy shit.
Don't forget it. What are you doing? Cutting?
Yeah, cutting.
Is that a miter saw? Does it get hot when you cut it? Are you gonna
If you
let
stand
me
closer
do
to
it?
me, it probably will.
Are you gonna show me how to do it?
If this guy does have ADD, then this woman and her rapid-fire questions are going to turn his brain into a pretzel.
I think I'm gonna flirt with him for the whole shoot. I think it'll be fun. And he's so nice. He's so sweet. I mean, he can build things, so it's pretty awesome.
I really hope Jerry isn't around the whole episode. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
We have to figure out which breaker on the outside of the building is supplying the power for this wall. Okay, who's gonna yell at me?
This is already so chaotic, I'm stressed, and we are barely into the episode.
Darkness descends, and our crew's momentum gets an unwelcome wetdown.
Basically, where we are is we've got all the demo done. We've got a lot of the planning done. Hopefully, we don't start to over-plan like we sometimes do, because starting tomorrow, we need to see as much progress in that room with all the woodwork as we have out there with the metalwork.
If I were the workers, then Steve would annoy the hell out of me, just walking around making quips and remarks with his hands in his pockets. At least Ty, in Extreme Makeover, tries to pick up a hammer or some wood and make it look like he's helping.
But our other supervisor isn't so concerned.
There's not a whole lot more in here we can do tonight. I think that once you finish welding these two things, you might want to call it a night because you don't want to go too late the first night.
You're right.
Got a hot date?
You're going out with Jerry, aren't you? You son of a bitch. You know I like her.
Steve checks in with our homeowner scientist, Jonathan, to see what theories he has brewing.
So I'm not really expecting to make you nervous or scare you at all because you really just don't seem to care what we do.
Well, I care, but it's not like Robin Leach is coming and doing my house. It's not some old fat guy redoing my house. It's
right.
Oprah isn't doing my house. It's you guys.
I'm not sure if he thinks he's on a different show because his idea of what's going on in there right now is much different than what we are seeing at home. He did say at the beginning he is a fan of the show and loves the work they do, so I guess he probably does have a good idea of what's going on in there, which is maybe more concerning.
Having finished the table frames last night, Ian and his nutty sidekick begin work on the inner sanctum doors.
Would you call me?
I don't normally do a lot of house wiring. The majority of my job is turning on lights and making them pretty colors.
It seems kind of dangerous to gamble with putting him on a house rewiring duty. Just a little bit, don't you think? I think even at this point, Steve's like, yeah, buddy, maybe don't you think you shouldn't be doing this? I couldn't quite put my finger on what this transition sounds like until just now. It is very close to the Modern Warfare 2 ranking up sound.
And when we bashed our sledgehammers through here coming in the house, we ripped the jam all out. So now I'm going to replace that.
Yeah, it's starting to become clear that sledgehammering their way through the front door bit wasn't as worth it as they thought.
I have to get this done. I have to get an inspection tomorrow so I can close up the walls. And it has to happen.
You seem like you're super, super stressed.
No shit, Steve, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's Wednesday.
Today, Tombstone borrowed his boss's hearse.
So apparently Tombstone now has access to his boss's hearse. I guess he thinks he's helping the gang here, even though maybe renting a work truck or a van would help them haul supplies a bit easier than this. I'm starting to notice his ADD more as the show goes on because he seems to be doing everything but what he's actually tasked with. Let's hope that doesn't become an issue with the others later on.
With less than 3 hours to inspection, Eric is trying his best not to blow a fuse.
Also guys, quick mid-video reminder to go check me out on all my social medias. It is at @ChrisTheJames, literally everywhere else. So if you want to see fun stuff like this, or that, or even this, go check it out if you haven't. Back to the video. Now, one of their big themed ideas for the command center room is to add in this sick electric chair for the homeowner to, I guess, relax in. Like, they make it to the point where they say he's gonna be chilling in here watching TV. While it looks accurate and on theme, probably the most uncomfortable chair you could sit in imaginable. So now it's time for the city inspector to pop in and make sure that the wiring is up to code, which, as you can imagine, dude is sweating.
At high noon, Eric connects the last wire just as the city inspector walks through the door.
And I love the over-the-top editing here. Like, all this guy did was look over to the side and they added this silly sound to make it seem like it was anything more than that.
Looks good. Everything's fine. All he has to do is change this, replace this with Romex, give us a bigger box right there. We're all set. So the guy actually pulled it off.
While I had no reason to be optimistic, I am actually shocked that this went as well as it did. So the team now has what I can only guess is their 12th regroup and reassess meeting by Jeff, the contractor that's been sort of micromanaging the whole group.
The team gets back to work. But Tombstone's offer to help Melinda is cut short when his boss calls and wants the hearse back now.
Okay, so I'm guessing Tombstone stole that hearse from his boss at this point.
I tried to lead things and Steve shot me down kind of hard. So I figured, I'll just build a cabinet. A real cranky old carpenter taught me this. The front edge of the saw and the back edge of the saw are represented by these two lines. I line this line up with this line here. Now I've got a nice, perfectly straight cut. You can't do that with a handsaw.
He is making me so nervous the way he's navigating around that table saw right now. Okay, Jeff, yeah, put your face right there and then lean your whole body weight into that arm right there. Yeah, that's That's perfect.
Decorator Jerry visits the local mad scientist's emporium to do some shopping.
Hi!
Hey, wow, gee, how long were you standing there?
I know that I absolutely want one of those. It's unreal, all of the stuff that he has. I love this one. Who would have ever thought that you can do this with glass and electricity?
Thank God, going back to what I was saying about Jerry, I'm glad she really isn't spending that much time in the shop sexually harassing the guys. Not that they seemed to mind at all, but it was getting exhausting to watch. Also, Tombstone's got enough problems and shit on his mind right now. He doesn't need her.
Well, I decided since these guys are busting their butts for me, and lady, are busting their butts for me, that the very least I could do was try and cook something for them. I got me some bratwursts and knockwursts. They're so tender, they're exploding.
All right.
Cooking up some food for you.
I heard brats.
Here you go.
Jonathan's friends heat things up with some fireworks.
It's always nice when the homeowners make us a little grub, you know, feed the crew, put everybody in a good mood. And then if we decide we want to do something really bad to the house, we remember that and we change our mind, hopefully.
Yeah, it's nothing really. I didn't know what else to do. I've been in that RV for 4 days now. You guys really are fortunate you don't have to watch this episode in its entirety. Graham and I, on the other hand, have, and I think they have done that transition dozens of times at this point. You don't understand how insane it has been driving me hearing that.
By 9, Melinda's ribs are up, but Steve notices that something's wrong. The nailer strips they've used to attach the ribs to the walls are not evenly spaced or securely anchored. The prognosis does not look good.
I think the prospects are grim. Yes.
We're a little bit screwed, I think.
It took them like 30 minutes into the episode to be like, man, we kind of suck.
You made a statement saying that you are working harder than me, okay? Now, that's like kindergarten.
Okay, let's
I'm not
work
here.
and not talk
I'm
and
not
not
the
talk
court
on the
jester.
phone, not take your car during, you know, it was just different things building up and we just need you to really
let's
work.
reiterate on that, okay?
We just
okay,
need
I
you
brought
to
the
work.
car here as a favor, but my boss, Barris, let me do, okay? I thought it would enhance the show, a little eye candy, okay?
And Tombstone, we are so thankful for that very, very unasked for gesture of kindness.
If we keep fighting, this isn't gonna get done.
I'm just saying, you know, I mean, we do this on day 2 on the garage. I don't need to do it on day 4 here.
We're not Monster Garage, we're Monster House.
I know that. I'm saying we're not Monster Garage.
And
I don't need that tension that we have at the garage.
I kind of believe that most of the guys on Monster Garage, including Jesse, are pretty much Neanderthals.
I cannot imagine what that show is like. It seems like more of an amped up version of this show. I'll look into it. Not now. I need time to reset after this.
But this wounded team is not dead yet.
What we're doing here is adding BX conduit, flexible conduit, to the back of the electric chair. This is gonna have power cords that run to power the smart home remote units.
Yeah, seeing that chair close to completion, I think it's going to look exactly like they wanted it to, which is good for those who built it, and no one else.
Jeff has got the control center roughed out and brings it inside for a fitting. Out back, Tombstone helps Jeff skin the control center with sheet metal. But once again, his attention starts to wander.
While I don't think anyone on this show thus far has shown very much excellence, Tombstone really has not.
Monster House Bird audition, take 1.
Okay, I'm drinking, I'm happy. I'm happy, right? The bird's happy, right? What's my motivation? I'm sorry, can I do it again?
We'll call your agent. Next.
Cool.
I need you to cut it for me. I'll
listen,
cut it, but I don't have the time. I'm trying to tell you how important it is to me that we finish this build and you're in there talking. What's happening? You're standing around talking.
Check this out, dude.
You're standing around talking.
Yeah, because you know
You're
what,
talking
dude?
about Monster Garage and this and that. Cut me some steel!
Well, you two just stop yelling at each other. We've got something to work on.
I'm yelling while I'm working.
Okay, you know
I'm
what?
yelling while I'm
Just
working.
Stop yelling. Just work. Just leave each other alone, okay?
Do you think the homeowner and his roommates are just sitting quietly in the RV listening to all this right now?
Yay!
So far, we've got a pretty good idea of how the show casts their builders, usually taking someone pretty close to the job they're given and then making them do stuff they've barely done, if at all. Like the lighting designer having to do much more wiring work than he's ever done, or with Melinda being a set designer, making her do all of this woodwork by herself. But now they're finally giving her something that seems very much in her wheelhouse.
We're gonna start it this in and work this way using upholstery technique.
A team arrives to install a smart home system that will allow the homeowner to control the lights, TV, stereo, and 3 surveillance cameras from the comfort of his electric chair.
Getting pretty loose with the definition of comfort, are we?
Sign Methods arrives with a neon light for the Toxic Tavern. Now all they need is a Toxic Tavern.
Okay, they have to be ramping up the frequency of these. I swear to God, they are doing them every 15 seconds now. Actually, you know what? I've counted every transition leading up to this point, and the ones from here on out, I ran it at 2x speed, which did not help this being bearable. And there have been, and will be, 36. Which doesn't sound like a lot until you've heard it 36 times in the span of 50 minutes.
These interactive plasma plates that we have in the entertainment center respond to sound, also to touch.
All I can think about as they're doing this remodel is the fact that this show aired just a few years before the housing crisis, because I hope the homeowner on this episode and the countless others spanning the rest of the 68 episode run never have to try and sell their home. I really hope to God these are forever homes.
Ian is struggling to get the drink dispenser frame to go up and down smoothly.
Problem is I can't figure out how to make it self-level.
You get it to a point where it's level. And then you'll clamp these. Sure. Cut them.
Right.
And you'll put a single.
I have a single set up here, and I have to join 4 to 1 somewhere in this area.
Because once you get it leveled and you cut it and you got it clamped, it's not gonna get a level on it.
You know what? I'm going back on what I said earlier about Steve. He actually seems to know a little bit about what he's talking about. He's being kind of helpful now.
All right, guys, we got 20 minutes, and here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna staple that bad boy up.
I really want these guys to pull this off.
If I'm the homeowner watching this episode after the fact, seeing how much they rushed here at the end, I'm calling a home inspector because I bet they're gonna show him the house when it's done and then get the fuck out before something falls off the ceiling. But now that the building is done, it's time for Jerry and her decorators to swoop in and I assume do much of the heavy lifting because right now, not looking good.
Okay, guys, first of all, I just want to say thank you for working your butts off this week. I know you guys are tired. I know that you were wondering why you were here. I heard you say all this for some tools. And you know what? It's a lot more than that. But you're right, you do get some tools. And here's what they are. From Makita, you get a compound miter saw, an 18-volt cordless combo kit, and a top-handle jigsaw.
I mean, that's cool. I bet they could all get a lot of use out of this stuff, but if I were them after these last 5 days, I would just want to be paid for my time.
And Songs from the House from Dan McKenzie, Monster House CD.
Oh, that's okay. I think I'm good on that. You sure? I got plenty of them in the car. You can give them to your friends. You know what? I don't even want the tools anymore. You can keep those.
I think this might be the nuttiest.
All right, guys. Oh my God! It fucking reeks in here. So they show them around their new mad scientist pad, and they all seem ecstatic. I wouldn't expect them not to. These shows don't do that. Trading Spaces is a different story. Which, by the way, guys, I will cover that show. I bought 4 DVD sets of it, and I am still sifting through it, so sit tight. But I'm glad they're enjoying it. To each their own, I suppose.
The mad scientist has to have a place to do all this evil work, and there's where we are. Come on in.
Oh my God!
We're calling this the Inner Sanctum.
Oh my God, this is so awesome.
This is not a beanbag, this is a love sack. Have a seat, that's great.
For a house with 3 roommates that like to throw big parties, they have at most 4 places to sit in the entire house, and one of them is a wooden electric chair.
All right, so have a seat right here. This is your control center and your electric chair.
Oh, fuck.
Basically, these controls control everything throughout the house. So when you're in this room, you've got the party going on, this controls everything. You've got a camera on the hot tub, camera out front, camera in that room.
Excellent.
Wow.
Camera in this room, camera in this room, camera out back, camera in the toilet. We know you like to have parties. Gee, you guys really thought of everything.
All the fiber optics and lots of lights up inside here that are pretty cool.
Whoa, I love the pattern. It almost looks as if you guys had 20 minutes left on the clock and just did the best you could. I think most of their joy is just that they don't have to live in the RV together anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my monster house. Come on.
Until next time, when who knows, the monster may be coming to your house.
Well guys, that was Monster House. To all the people that suggested it over the years, I hope you're happy. It's not often that a show is a fight, struggle, and chore for me to cover, but this one definitely made the list. Also, fun fact, this show was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award. Not for the show, but for one of the original songs that they did on another episode. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. As always, if you did, consider leaving a like, commenting, share with your friends, subscribe if you like this video and want to see more videos just like it. Don't forget to follow me everywhere else at Chris the James. But I want to thank you all again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.